Hello mga kabibig! Welcome back sa ating bagong YouTube channel. Ito ang pinakamaingay na YouTuber sa balat ng YouTube. Ako si Kabibig, maglebag-lebag na ta with evidence. Ako, sinampal ang House of Representative at ang Martin Romualdez mga kabibig. Ang author na si Attorney Ernesto P. Francisco Jr., ang person or the man behind the Francisco Jr. versus House of Representatives GR number 160261 ay nagsalita na. Palagi itong ginagamit sa House of Representatives na palagi lang sinasabi, the Francisco Jr. versus House of Representatives, ganito na niya. Nako, nagsalita na talaga siya. Ito, it was not done in good faith. Nagsabi na talaga si si Ernesto, Attorney Ernesto. Opo mga kabibig. So, pakinggan natin ang kanyang sentimiento kabibig na parang sinampal sa katotohanan ang House of Representatives. Gamit-gamit pa nila itong si Attorney Ernesto pero nako, pahiya sila. Lawyers back Supreme Court impeachment ruling, blames House for acting in bad faith. Ito pala. So, sabi dito, mga kabibig, panoorin na natin kabibig ha para mas maintindihan pa natin. Let's watch this video kasi na-interview siya sa isang news center at dito niya ini-explain lahat mga kabibig. So, let's watch this video para maintindihan natin.
In this case, which essentially states that even while the law or the Supreme Court declares it as null and void, the past actions done in good faith may still be considered valid.
Precisely. It was not done in good faith. There was a deliberate act on the part of the House to sit on valid impeachment complaints filed by citizens and endorsed by members of the House. And worse, those who endorsed these 3 impeachment complaints filed by citizens later signed the 4th impeachment complaint. That's another technicality.
There you go.
See, we would not have any problem if the House just followed strictly what is provided in the Constitution and in the Francisco ruling.
So, kasalanan pala ng House. Tapos, ito proud na proud pa si Martin Romualdez na, kayo nasa Korte Suprema, mga impeachable ba kayo? Pero ngayon, sinampal sila ni Attorney Ernesto B. Francisco. Ang House pala ang hindi nag-follow ng impeachment process. At ito ang batayan ng Korte Suprema kung bakit ang kanilang desisyon ay unconstitutional. Ang author now, ang man behind Francisco Jr. versus House of Representatives, GR number 160261, siya na ang nagsalita na kasalanan ng House. Kasi they did not follow impeachment processes for sitting on the first 3 complaints. It was not done in good faith. Let's continue, kabibig.
Had they been in good faith, then that Francisco ruling would have been followed, and maybe by this time, Senate is already conducting a trial.
But it's so hard, right, Attorney? Like when you're arguing things like good faith or bad faith, faith is something intangible. And if this is procedural indeed, then how do we, argue it? Because it's something that, like it's so affected by personal biases, etc.
It can be good faith or bad faith can be seen in the sequence of events. All we have to do is examine the facts. And we can see here a deliberate avoidance of the constitutional 1-year bar rule. Don't violate the Constitution. That's basic. And there was a deliberate avoidance of the Francisco ruling. To make it simple, had they followed the Francisco ruling, all they had to do is that when the first impeachment complaint was filed on December 2, 2024, they should have included that in the order of business right away. The Secretary General has no discretion to sit on it. But on the contrary, based on the constitutional provision, the Secretary General is mandated to immediately refer it to the Speaker and to place it in the order of business.
But it did comply. There were 10 calendar days. Session days. 10 session days.
That's
even if there was bad faith, let's just say it complied with what the rules say.
no, says, because there were 19 days, there were 19 opportunities for the House to act on it. But what happened was that on the last day, on the 10th session day, February 5, 2025, the Secretary General included all four in the order of business, additional reference of business. And the Secretary General read the fourth impeachment complaint
So are
first.
you saying 19 session days?
Not 19 session days, 19 days that
Oh,
Congress House
Oo
was
nga
there.
po,
And it
oo
would have
nga
been-
po, pero they are counting session days.
No,
And the
it
rules say
uh,
session days too, right?
says, yes, order of business, but if you will notice, there is such thing as additional reference of business. In fact, these impeachment complaints were included in the additional reference of business, which were taken up outside of those 10 session days, but within 90 days from December 3 up to February 5, 2025.
For
What I'm
example,
saying lang is this, that they could have acted swiftly on the first impeachment complaint.
So
are you
They did not.
Are you saying that the Supreme Court decision, because other legal luminaries are saying it sets aside the Francisco precedent, it's no longer the existing rule to follow, but this new decision by the Supreme Court, which sets new conditions?
There's no inconsistency, says, because the Francisco ruling is still very valid if given that same set of facts. Now, this is another set of facts that the Supreme Court has to interpret, because it has to, it's the arbiter, it has to decide. Take note. Before the Francisco ruling, there is no provision that an impeachment complaint is deemed initiated upon referral to the Committee on Justice.
There you go.
I placed that in my petition.
Right. It made
I
this
questioned
clear.
the rules. I questioned the rules, and then the Supreme Court decided, interpreted the Constitution, and says it's from the filing and referral to the Committee on Justice. Nobody questioned that. Nobody said the proponents of the impeachment complaints then, so many members of Congress did not say that, hey, don't apply that to us retroactively. They did not question, because they know they are lawyers. Many of them are lawyers, and they know that what the Supreme Court did was right. And you know what they did? They revised the House rules on impeachment and adopted the Francisco ruling. That's why in the House rules on impeachment, at the footnote mentioned the Francisco ruling. So what's the problem now? The Supreme Court is just interpreting a new set of facts.
okay.
Ito ang sabi niya, I have read the decision several times, sabi ni Francisco, and I am very convinced that it is correct, because what the Supreme Court did was to address the grave abuse of discretion on the part of the House. The issue here is that the House of Representatives did not comply with the constitutional one-year bar rule and violated the Supreme Court decision in the Francisco ruling. Yun ang inexplain ni Attorney Francisco. Sabi pa dito na Francisco believed that Francisco doctrine remains in leading jurisprudence on the constitutional limits of impeachment proceedings, and described the recent ruling in the Duterte House of Representatives as legally sound and consistent with precedent. Sabi niya, there is nothing inconsistent between the two rulings. The Supreme Court simply responded to a new and distinct set of facts that are clearly violated the Constitution and disregarded the Francisco ruling. Sabi pa dito, he also blamed the House for violating not only the right of the respondent, but also the rights of the original complainants, which according to Francisco, undermined due process and betrayed public trust. Sabi niya, the House leadership, including the Secretary General and the Speaker, clearly acted in bad faith. This was a grave abuse of discretion. And under our Constitution, the Supreme Court is both empowered and duty-bound to correct with such transgressions. Oh, nako po. When asked if the doctrine of the operative fact which uphold the validity of impeachment against VP Sara can be applied in the case, Francisco said it's negative because the House did not act in good faith. Francisco also countered the views of some legal experts, saying the decision could eventually lead to constitutional crisis if the Senate defies the Supreme Court ruling. He said, this is not a constitutional crisis. It's a constitutional correction. So kinorek lang ng Korte Suprema ang ginawang bad faith ng House leadership, including the Secretary General and the Speaker. So sa House pala nagsimula, una pa lang mali-mali na. So hindi pa rin naintindihan ng mga congressman. Hindi pa rin naintindihan ni Speaker Martin Romualdez. Ngayon, ang gusto ni Martin na binalaan pa niya ang mga 13 justices na, oy, impeachable kayo. Pwede kayong ma-impeach. Pero ang 13 justices unanimously decided the impeachment case is unconstitutional kasi it was done in a bad faith. Meron silang ginawang hindi maganda. They're not following the House rules. They're not following the impeachment ruling. Diba? So yun nga, in a televised interview, Attorney Francisco, who is behind the 2003 landmark case of Francisco versus House of Representatives, said that the action of the House in conducting the impeachment proceedings were a deliberate circumvention of the Constitution's one-year bar rule on initiating impeachment proceedings. He explained that the failure of the House of Representatives to act on the first 3 complaints filed as early as December 2024 within a reasonable time and instead waited until the final decision day in Feb 2025 for the 4th complaint endorsed by over 1/3 of the House member is an abuse of power. There you go, ha? Si Atty. Francisco na ang tao behind Francisco ang taong nasa likod ng Francisco Francisco Jr. versus House of Representatives GR number 160261. Siya na ang nag-explain. 'Di ba? So, kailan pa ba nating magbigay ng ating negative reaction? I-explain na niya lahat kung ano ang pagkakamali ng House of Representatives. Sila pala ang nagkamali. Tapos sila pa yung confident na nag-motion for consideration, na mali ang Korte Suprema, na dapat tingnan nila na tama ba. Sabi ng mga House of Representatives, tama kami, tama yung ginawa naming ruling, walang pagkakamali doon. Ang author na, ang taong nasa likod ng Francisco Jr. versus House of Representatives, GR number 160261, nagsabi na it's abuse of power ang ginawa ng House. And it's deliberate circumvention. Diba? Dito, I have read the decision several times, sabi niya, and I'm very convinced that it is correct because what the Supreme Court did was to address the grave abuse of discretion on the part of the House. It's a constitutional constitutional correction. Hindi ito constitutional crisis. It is constitutional correction. Kinorek lang ng Korte Suprema ang House of Representatives. Kaya nga sinabi ng ng Korte Suprema na pwede ka mag-motion for consideration at pwede nyong i-impeach ulit or maghain kayo ng impeachment kay VP Sara next year. Pero make sure nag-follow kayo sa impeachment rulings. Kasi kung mag-file kayo ng impeachment tapos hindi din ninyo ifa-follow impeachment rulings, ganun pa rin. Magiging unconstitutional pa rin yung ihahain yung impeachment. Diba? There is nothing inconsistent between the two rulings. The Supreme Court simply responded to a new and distinct set of facts that clearly violated the Constitution and disregarded the Francisco ruling. The House leadership, including the Secretary General and the Speaker, clearly acted in bad faith. This was a grave abuse of discretion, and under our Constitution, the Supreme Court was both empowered and duty-bound to correct such transgressions. Kaya nga, naging unconstitutional kasi kinorek ng Korte Suprema ang ginawang maling pag-follow ng House of Representatives sa impeachment rulings. O, yun ang kabibig ha. Yun ang kabibig ang ating legislative for the day. Ano ang inyong reaksyon? Naintindihan nyo na kung bakit unconstitutional. Nagsalita na si Attorney Ernesto Francisco. Sino pang gusto nyo magsalita? Huh? Para maintindihan nyo. Yun ang kabibig. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Bye everyone. See you next time.